It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week I talk baseball for big boys. It's the Mid-Penn Baseball League. Marquette Cares is here to explain their mission and how you can care too. There's a farmer's potluck dinner this weekend at the Ordock, and you're invited, and one of the entertainers entertains us. He's Michael Waite. So stick around. The Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound, PFL. Roll tape on masters, channel to places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
And thanks for joining us here on the Doug Garrison Show, live almost on Charter Channel 12 and Fox UP. Well, just to update you a little bit on what I've been doing, I did get a chance to go to the Blues Day Tuesday event in the basement of the Marquette Public Library, sponsored by the Marquette Area Blues Society. A fun night, some area musicians and singers led by Mark Hamry and Walt Lindela, just jamming in the basement of the Peter White Public Library. If you like music, check out those Blues Day Tuesday events. Sometimes it's a movie, sometimes it's a speaker, sometimes it's music. If you like blues music, I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself. I also went to the Marquette Music Scene's first birthday special Sunday night, last Sunday at the Ordock. That was a lot of fun. A dozen or so local music acts performing before a very appreciative crowd at the Ordock. Thank you, Cindy Engel, for all you do with the Marquette Music Scene. That was a fun night. A lot of good groups and good music. Now I want to mention an event that's happening tomorrow night that you can go to. The Marquette Area Blues Society is sponsoring a concert at the Kaufman Auditorium featuring blues artist from Mississippi, Grady Champion. This is tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Kaufman Auditorium. Tickets available only at the door. They're $12 for general public, $10 if you're a member of the Marquette Area Blues Society, $5 for students with a valid student ID. And in the afternoon at 12:45, they're going to do a free concert for children in the 8 to 18 range. It's specifically targeted at kids, but it's Grady Champion. He puts on a great show. He's a great blues artist. If you like that music, check it out. Kids show at 12:45, show for the adults tomorrow night at 7:30, brought to you by the Marquette Area Blues Society. Okay, stick around. We've got a good show for you tonight. Some things that you can do to make your life and life for other people in this community better. We'll be right back with that.
We believe success comes through more than just hard work and determination. It's about the belief that you get out of life whatever you put into it. This is why the Gilbert Dairy strives to provide you with the highest quality dairy products possible. And with 70 farms located throughout the Upper Peninsula, Gilbert is more than just a name, it's a lifestyle. So from our family to yours and throughout the communities of the Upper Peninsula, we'd like to thank you for your loyalty and support. Gilbert Dairy is helping the UP grow 1 gallon at a time.
City Insurance has you covered. Located on Washington Street, Marquette.
Togo's, Marquette's original submarine sandwich.
It's a long 5 seconds, buddy boy. All right, okay. We're talking baseball again. You know, we talked baseball a couple weeks ago, but it was Little League. We're talking big boys baseball now. And batting first, Chris Reynolds, president of the Mid-Penn Baseball League. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Well, thanks for having me.
Did you bring your glove?
No, I left it in the car.
That was my fault. I should have told you. That's okay. We're not supposed to play inside anyway. So, well, listen, I like talking baseball, obviously. I did bring my glove and ball. And you're with the Mid-Penn Baseball League, which I said is older kids. What's the age group for that league?
16 years old to 19 years old. As of now, they try to stay in the high school age range, but they do allow players who have played 1 year of college baseball to participate. Good.
So they're basically adults. These are young men out there playing baseball, which I like. That's a good group. I played Connie Mack ball back in the day, and I'm not sure. I think that was a similar age group, and I'm not sure if Connie Mack leagues are still around, but it was the same type of thing. This is an American Legion league.
Yes, we are not sanctioned by American Legion, but we are comprised of American Legion baseball teams. So we play strictly by American Legion baseball rules. We follow all their guidelines.
Yeah. So. Where do you have teams in the Mid-Penn League? Where are our teams located?
The Mid-Penn League, this year we have 6 teams. Marquette Blues.
I'm familiar with them.
Yeah. Ishpeming Blue Storm.
Okay.
Hancock Bulldogs. Gladstone Indians, Kingsford Blues, and the Channing Railroaders.
Now, they've had baseball teams down there for years, haven't they? There's always been those pockets of like Felch and Channing.
Yes.
They play some baseball down there.
Yes, this is actually, I believe, going to be their 4th season with this group for American Legion Baseball. With the area there, the kids are generally spread out, go to Kingsford, Iron Mountain, and some of them even go as far as Ishpeming just to find a place to play. So they're very fortunate to have a good program right now.
Yeah. Now, one thing I noticed immediately, like other sporting endeavors in the UP, there's a lot of travel involved.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got Marquette and Ishpeming. Other than that, you're driving to the Copper Country and down to Channing and all, you know, Gladstone. So what kind of a schedule do you end up with these teams?
This year we're doing a 15-game schedule, so everybody's going to play each other 3 times. It does create a lot of traveling, especially for when Gladstone has to go to Hancock and vice versa. That's a very long trip. They find ways to make it overnight trips, make it more fun for the kids.
Sure.
Our schedule starts right away first week of May. Early July, our regular season's done, and then we have a playoff, which generally is a 1-weekend tournament. Then the very next week we have our All-Star game. So we're usually done by around July 15th, 17th area, right in there.
Yeah, kind of like the Little Leagues, kind of get it done sometime in July so people can do some other things for their summers off. Are you still signing players up? Can people still register and play this summer?
Yes, to be registered for American Legion Baseball, even though the season starts in early May, the deadline isn't actually until mid-June. So there's still lots of time for kids to get out and get signed up.
How do they do that?
They can contact their local American Legion post to see if they're sponsoring a team. They would also be able to direct them to the nearest post that does sponsor a team, or they can feel free to visit our website or contact me, and I will point them in the direction they need to go.
Okay, we've got your web address we can put on the screen there, but also it's kind of complicated. Just Google Mid-Penn Baseball League, and that can lead you to the web address.
Yes.
You mentioned 6 teams. Are there other teams across the UP playing this kind of ball?
Yes, this year I believe we're going to have about 14 American Legion teams in the UP. That number is actually slowly climbing, so we're seeing some positive direction. Hopefully we can keep that going. We want to get more American Legion posts involved to get these young men out on the baseball field.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that number climbing. I think, what do you see with young people playing baseball, particularly in the UP? That's where we are. What are the numbers like?
For American Legion baseball, it's a drop-off from the younger leagues. I've noticed Little League age group in Marquette specifically at one point had 10 senior league teams who then would go on to play Legion baseball. Marquette's had 2 Legion teams for many years. That number in that middle group is starting to drop, where some towns like Marquette's only got 1 or 2 teams now. Yeah. The younger age groups are still nice when the kids are really young. And it's still more of a game at that point. It's not serious yet. Yeah. So we need to keep those numbers from those lower kids age groups. We need to keep those up and keep them involved. Especially
for us baseball fans. I know soccer's gotten big and it's a little less expensive game. All you need is basically an open field. Baseball, you got to have 18 kids out there with gloves and bats and balls, and it's not an easy game. Baseball is a tough game. Anybody who hasn't played it, you got to be sharp. You got to know what you're doing out there. And it's a challenge. So I played as I grew up. Like I say, I enjoyed it very much. Any girls play in your league, or is?
No, and the reason being is American Legion is generally for developing young men.
Okay.
There's not a lot of female involvement with the American Legion. if there were other leagues up here that could offer that, that would be awesome. Unfortunately, there's not.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I think the girls have gotten into the fast pitch softball, and that's turned out to be a good league for them. Well, okay, again, if you want to play some baseball this summer, if you're at that age group, 16 to 19, you can still sign up. I imagine they're going to want to get practicing pretty soon here,
Yes.
probably inside a little bit. As soon as the weather breaks, get outside, get
Absolutely.
the bats and throwing around a little bit. Visit that website, eteams.com/Mid-Penn Baseball League. Chris, good luck with this league this year, and play ball. Okay, when we come back, we're going to find out who cares, so don't go away.
So, can anybody become a member at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union? That's unbelievable! Can I get a home equity loan here?
You sure can, and a car loan too.
Can I refinance my mortgage here?
You bet, and we do car loans too.
You're kidding me!
No, it's true.
Hey, can I get a car loan here too? Thanks, Monty. That was easy.
Stop in and see Mickey or Loretta at our Marquette location or visit Dan at our Harvey location. Marquette Community Federal Credit Union, home of the same-day car loans.
There are no linen tablecloths, no fine china, and no extensive wine list. Yes, we do have great food. Yes, our hearty buffets are loaded with choices. And yes, our desserts are made fresh. Oh, and one other thing, when the bill arrives, yes.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by John's Auto, voted the Reader's Choice #1 source for a used vehicle in Marquette County 7 times. No fancy slogans, just a lot of satisfied customers at John's Auto, 1004 West Washington. Well, I teased this segment by saying, who cares? We're going to find out who cares. With us is Heidi Gould from Marquette Cares. So Marquette Cares.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, one of the things, you know, sometimes I talk about things that are of national issues that maybe we can't have much influence on unless all of us called our representatives or something. But we're talking about some things here tonight that we can do by ourselves as individuals. We can make a difference, because you're talking basically about recycling. I mean, you're into the 4 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, and respect. But this Marquette Cares effort of yours is really dealing with the recycling program locally, and you think it could be done probably a lot better.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Marquette Cares, it stands for Communities Amending Recycling Efforts. And I want to give a quick shout out to Shaggy Hildinger, our logo guy, who did such a great job
Very nice, yes.
on our logo. Thanks, Shaggy. Yes, only 20% of our city residents recycle.
20%.
20%.
And that surprises me, because I'm a recycler, have been for many years, and I just figured, I didn't figure everybody did, but I figured most people did.
Yep, that would be ideal.
20%.
20%.
That's a shame.
So there's a lot of misinformation and a lot of hearsay. You know, a lot of people question whether our recycling is even being recycled or just sent to the landfill anyways. And my response to that is, there is a market for our recyclables. Somebody is making a profit.
There's value in that stuff we put out there.
There is value. It is being recycled. I would encourage everyone to recycle. But in the way of misinformation, I would really encourage everyone to go to the city website. You can Google City of Marquette Recycling to get the information. Mostly they promote what is called a single stream recycling, which means you can pretty much put everything you think is recyclable into one bin. But on the city website, the city does recommend that we use 2 recycling bins. That would be ideal, because you can separate the fiber, which is your newspapers, magazines, phone books, you know, cardboard, in one bin, and then your typical plastics, metal, and glass in the other bin. So that would be ideal. You know, start recycling, even to use the single stream, but ideally 2 bins.
Yeah, well, I separate it all, because I thought that was the rule right from the get-go.
Okay.
Plastics in one thing, glass, metal, paper.
Yep,
and I separate it all.
That's ideal.
But does it end up kind of, I can hear them out there, and I don't know what they're doing with it.
If you are separating it like that, for the most part, it's going to be recycled. The issue with single stream recycling, if you have a broken glass all in one thing, it's pretty much contaminated, and it might be going to the landfill because it's garbage. But if you separate it, it makes for a better quality of recycling. The
most efficient way to do it. No, another thing too, just simply, it's more cost effective to recycle because anything you don't recycle gets put in your green bags, which the price on those keeps going up. Do you know what the deal is there? I wanted to ask somebody. They started out at like $6 a bag, and now they're up to like $12. Who's in charge of that anyway?
The bags are all Waste Management. So Waste Management
can they just raise the price as they want, or do they have to get approval for that?
It's a product like anything else, and you know, with inflation and the economics the way it is, you can expect the price to go up just like anything else.
And like I say, now the more you recycle, the less you put in those bags, so you can save some money.
Absolutely, absolutely. So key numbers: 60, 30, 10. It's actually the 30% that most people think about when you think recycling: the plastics, glass, metal, and paper. And that's only 30% of the waste stream that's generated. The huge impact could be made if the 60% were diverted from the landfill, and that is compostable and biodegradable materials. And according to the list that's on the screen, all your food scraps and tea bags, your cooking oils even, can go into a container under your kitchen sink or wherever. And then right now there is a trailer in front of the City Service Center on Barriga Avenue, and that your compostable materials could be dumped in there. And again,
year-round?
Year-round.
Okay.
Yes, it was previously at the other site between Wright and Lakeshore, and that was seasonal and minimal hours. So right now, it's very accessible to anyone.
Or I think you suggested previously to compost for yourself. We have a small garden. We do our own composting, so we don't have to carry it and deliver it somewhere else. But of course, we don't do that in the wintertime, but we can drop it off at the City Service Center.
Yes, you know, you can compost all year round. And
we're talking about banana peels and eggshells and these types of things.
Coffee grinds and the compost that's going into the bin that's getting utilized at the landfill site, it's getting utilized for landscaping and other reclamation projects. It is acceptable other items, not just what you would throw on your garden, which I encourage and would ask, you know, if everybody has a garden. But if you rent and still have to buy those green bags, if you diverted, you could divert 60% of your waste stream into a compost bin, and it includes, you know, other items, grease, bones, and things like that that you might not want on your own garden. Another big issue right now with the recycling program here, misinformation spreading that pizza boxes are acceptable in your recycling bin. And for the city program right now, pizza boxes are a contaminant. If you're putting pizza boxes in your recycling bin, it probably is going to the landfill. So I just really want to clear that up. However, pizza boxes are acceptable in that composting program. You can take your pizza boxes to that bin in front of the City Service Center.
Because we have a pizza box every now and then, we do. And also, I think the compost pile then, that material is available to city residents from the city compost site, I believe.
It will be eventually. Right now, again, Rick Aho is the director of the Marquette County Solid Waste Management Authority. And like I said, they use the compost for landscaping issues and reclamation projects at the landfill site. And right now, they don't have any. So it's not going to be available to anybody.
But that's okay. We can get started with that.
Yes.
Now, you said you went out to the Marquette County landfill site, and if anybody gets a chance, if you've ever had a chance to go out there, you can see where that garbage is ending up. And I've always had a problem with landfills. To me, that's like putting our garbage, it's like sweeping your dirt under the rug. You know, just because you put it in a landfill, that doesn't mean it's gone. It's there, and it's not going away right away. So we're better off recycling. There is a market for these materials, so that if you do use the recycling system, you know that these things are being taken and used and recycled. Better yet, like you say with your 4 R's here, reuse, reduce, things like reusing your plastic water bottles. We know those are proliferated all over the world. All kinds of things that you can do to be a more conscientious citizen. Speaking of Marquette Cares, are you looking for people to join your organization?
Absolutely, all the time. We have a Facebook page. You can just look us up, Marquette Cares. On Facebook, we have 90 members right now, which is thrilling. Sharing the information and getting input and questions from the residents is always welcome. Yes, on the reduce and reuse, reusing your plastic bottles would be great, but I would encourage you to use, you know, a glass jar.
Don't get them in the first place.
Don't get them in the first place. Get your own personal, you know, reusable water container. And shopping bags too. I definitely promote and encourage reusable shopping bags. If you get the paper bags and collect them, they can be taken to the food co-op, the Marquette co-op. So definitely reuse your paper bags, but also not just paper. You know, every store in town, large store, shop, grocery store, retail store, has their own reusable bags, priced at 99 cents. You know, some of them are more expensive and they're nicer, but you know, you can get reusable bags from anywhere at 99 cents.
Well, I'd like to think that the citizens in Marquette and the whole UP, we say we love the land. Well, one way to show that is to get into programs like this, to stop throwing things in landfills, reduce, reuse, recycle, and respect, like you say. I got one other thing, one other image here. I took a picture the other day of this. This is a cigarette butt on the pavement, and this is a pet peeve of mine. Cigarette butts are litter, folks. If you want to smoke, go ahead. I don't care. That's your issue. But when you throw a cigarette butt, and this is a big butt, by the way, when you throw a cigarette butt, regardless of what size it is, on the ground, that's litter. And I'm going to start calling people out because this is just ridiculous. So that all goes along with just respecting our earth.
Absolutely.
So, well, Heidi, thanks for joining us. Good luck with Marquette Cares. I'm glad you care, and maybe we can get some other people to join in with you.
I hope so. Thank you.
All right. Okay, stick around. When we come back, it's Farm Fresh. You're going to want to hear about that. Don't go away.
A typical week of training for me is about 120 miles a week. In 2010, I had a meniscus tear after the Twin Cities Marathon. And so when I had my injury, I didn't have a second thought of where to go. I knew Advanced Center for Orthopedics, the doctors there, a lot of them are affiliated with sports. I knew that I was in the right hands. Advanced Center for Orthopedics got me back to my passion, and I recommend them highly.
At Joe's Automotive, we didn't hire a marketing team wanting us to move to a high-cost, easy-to-find location. Nope, we're still inconveniently located across from the municipal power plant, saving money to spend on what is most important, the latest electronic diagnostic equipment and the top certified mechanics. At Joe's Automotive, we didn't need a Washington bailout. Instead, we're offering a stimulus package for you. Take 15% off the cost of labor and 10% off the cost of parts. That's because at Joe's Automotive, we know you want no-hassle quality service at a reasonable price.
It is the purpose of the Doug Garrison Show to keep you informed about events of local importance. Well, we've got one coming up. It's the first annual or inaugural spring fundraiser, Farmers Potluck. It is, in fact, this Sunday from 1 to 5 at the Ordock Brewing Company. It's $25 for adults, $15 for children 7 to 14. Tickets available at the Ordock. It's featuring a potluck buffet of food provided by all our area local farmers. You can bring a DistroPass too, but food will be supplied by the farmers. It's going to be a good time and a way to celebrate those things being produced by your friends and neighbors. Entertainment includes Gene Green, the singing farmer, and Michael Waite and friends. Oh, you don't know what Michael Waite sounds like? Well, we got a sample right here. Here he is, Michael Waite.
Well, darling, I know that it makes you mad when I'm so far away. And I've been cold and I've been bad, but believe me when I say that I wanna make it right. I wanna make it right. I wanna make it right with you, baby, here tonight. Take my little hand, we'll walk out on the sand, and way out on the beach we'll release till we reach the land of peace and delight. I wanna make it right. I long to be the man that you're dreaming of tonight. I wanna make it slow and groovy. like an old movie. Babe, you know I wanna make it right. Baby, look at me, I'm skinny as a tree, but my love is as fat as a baby bumblebee. I know I hurt you, dear, but let me have your ear, 'cause whenever you're near, it's as clear as a mirror in the middle of the sea. I wanna set you free and lift you like the wind underneath the chickadee. Oh, don't be afraid, pretty lady, 'cause all my mind is made, and you got to know I wanna make it right. Listen to me, baby, you're such a lovely lady. Oh, please, I know you think I'm crazy, trifling and lazy, but I'm down on my knees. And I wanna make it right, I wanna make it right. I wanna take this broken down thing and make it right. Ah, don't be afraid, pretty lady, 'cause all my mind is made, and you got to know I wanna make it right.
At Bell, we understand how important your family's health is. After all, we have families too. We know that sometimes it takes more than a kiss from Mom or her chicken soup to make you all better. Bell Medical's family physicians treat you as if you were part of our family. Our families treating your family. Family practice.
What happened to small business in this country? Corporate America came along and brainwashed us into thinking big business was best. Their greed put a lot of small artisans out of work, and along the way, personal service was trampled on. Attention to detail, customer satisfaction, gone. It's not too late for a consumer to expect more. Small businesses that feel like you do are just around the corner. Do you want a kitchen out of a box? Or a kitchen that was designed by neighbors that craft their reputation, one kitchen, one cabinet at a time? Craftsmen who still do it the American way, who take pride in a job well done. Schwalbach Kitchens has been installing American-made cabinets into homes since 1978. Kitchens with a hard-working American personality. We have the know-how to take your vision from paper and turn it into a beautiful living space. Reinvigorate your expectations with a visit to the Schwalbach showroom on North 3rd Street, Marquette.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. And by Reflections Hair Salon, featuring professional stylists, a family-friendly atmosphere, and prices to suit your budget. For an appointment, call Reflections at 226-0175. I want to thank our guest, Chris Reynolds from the Mid-Penn Baseball League, Heidi Gould from Marquette Cares, and I want to remind you that tomorrow night, Grady Champion performing at the Kaufman Auditorium, brought to you by the Marquette Area Blues Society, and Sunday, the Farmers Potluck at the Ordock. And also, don't forget to join us next week right here on The Doug Garrison Show.